Welcome. I'm going to show you how to edit this pillow mock-up in Photoshop. So once the mock-up is open, you want to make sure that the layers panel is up. If you don't see the layers panel, go to Window, Layers to bring it up. And then you want to click this arrow to expand the pillar layer group. And to insert your design, just double click the thumbnail icon in the Design-Pillow layer. That's going to open up a smart object where you can copy and paste your design. So we'll go to File, Open, and find the design. And then select All. Then Edit, Copy. And we'll click back on the tab with the smart object. And then go to Edit, Paste. You might need to resize your design. So to do that, go to Edit, Free Transform. And in newer versions of Photoshop, you just want to click on any one of the four corners and drag in or out to resize it. In older versions, you had to hold down the Shift key while you're doing that to keep the design proportional. So if you're doing this and it's getting distorted, just go to Edit, Undo, and then do the opposite of whatever you were just doing, whether that's holding down the Shift key or not holding it down. Once you've got it sized right, you can just go to File, Save, to save the smart object. Once it's done saving up here, we can just click the X to close the smart object, and then we'll close the original graphics. And you'll see it put the graphics on the pillow just like that. If you'd like a little more shading on the pillow, let's say your design is really dark or bold, you can just click the box next to this more shading layer, and that's going to add a little bit more contrast. If you click on the more shading layer and then click this down arrow next to opacity, you can adjust the opacity of that layer. So if you slide the slider to the right, it's going to make it even darker. If you slide it to the left, it'll make it a little more subtle. You can also change the color of the pillow, so we'll hide the design for a second so you can see that. You just double click the thumbnail icon in the Color-Pillow layer, and that'll bring up the color picker. To change the color, just click anywhere in this rainbow slider, and then change the lightness or darkness of the color by clicking in this box. You could also enter the color values if you know them. And if you want to, you can change the darkness of the shadows behind the pillow or underneath the pillow. So just click the arrow in the Pillow Shadows layer group to expand that, and then click on any one of those shadows. And then click the down arrow next to Fill, and just drag the slider to the right to make the shadow darker, or to the left to make it more subtle. And then when you're done, you can just save it. If you're going to use this as a thumbnail, like on Etsy, you'll want to save a version as a JPEG, which you can do by going to File, Save As, and then selecting JPEG in the drop-down menu next to Format. And then you just click Save. You can also come back here and save a PSD, perhaps changing the name up here so you can have a different layered PSD for each of your designs. And please let me know if you have any questions by messaging me at melissabmockups.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you, and have a great night.